Last time we sold some space from this bedroom because the house had no upstairs bathroom, and now in this video we're turning that plan into an actual room. We've obviously done a lot to get to this point, so if you wasn't around for part 1, let me get you up to speed. We'd already got the room into a blank canvas and the first fixed plumbing done for our design. We had our first scary moment trying not to crack our brand new ceramic shower tray. And over far too many evenings we completed the floor tiling and the wall tiles.
I thought doing floor tiles is so much easier than it actually is.
Quite a stressful process, isn't it?
Oh yeah. Happy with that?
We got the towel rail fitted, even if there was a few little adjustments. And perhaps the biggest change of all was finally having a nice upstairs toilet to use. I'm going to go for it full flush. It's actually worked pretty well. And so with still loads to do and a budget to stick to, we're aiming to get this bathroom fully completed by the end of this video and hopefully be under budget. Oh my god, I actually can't believe it's finished. Oh, it looks so good. Welcome back to the bathroom renovation part 2. And in today's video we should have the whole bathroom completed, which is quite exciting for future me. We'll actually have a working shower upstairs for the first time in existence of this house. And there's a few things obviously I have to do that. So let me go and get the shower. First of all, I need to turn the water off before I do anything. Okay, so the kit comes like this. So you get these 2 sections, and this basically sits over the pipe. That will sit like that on the wall. This section which screws over this, and then the actual shower mixer bar screws to that. So annoyingly as well, there was no instructions that came with this shower on how long to leave the depth of this from the wall, and I've measured about 25 mil. So I'm going to cut these pipes down. So now I've got these marked out, I can drill them now with a tile drill bit. This is the drill bit I'm using. I've used it once before and it did burn out after a few cuts, so I've got 2 of them now. So yeah, get these drilled out and then we can fix those plates to the wall. All I did was make sure I kept dipping this in cold water because it does burn out pretty fast. And you can see just after 4 holes it's still pretty worn out, so yeah, not the best tool. Oh, and by the way, our budget for this whole room is under 2k, so let's see if we can do it. And this is actually quite a clever design if you think about it. It allows you to replace the shower multiple times without having to touch the pipework. And because of that, you can see me here putting loads of paste on, just because this won't be coming off for a long time, so I don't want to risk any leaks. Okay, now these are in and tightened up. I've now got the decorative plates that screw over the top. I think I'm going to put some silicone around this as well, just so when it meets the tile, it's got some sort of barrier to stop the water getting behind. And then I believe all that connects this to the shower mixer bar is just some rubbers, and they screw onto that and you tighten up against this. And then that should be all good to go. So we've got the rubber washers in there. And this now should just tighten up. Just like that. I'm going to do them tight by hand and then just nip them up with this spanner. Obviously, after all this work, the worst outcome would be cutting a tile in the wrong place or cracking a tile. So you really need to make sure you're taking your time. But luckily for us, everything turned out fine with this shower. And I think it looks really nice contrasted to the tiles. Even this far into the bathroom, the labour costs would have been into the thousands. So up to this point, everything was looking good for us to come within budget. So with the shower now in, the next stage would be to fit the enclosure. Now I've already fitted the bars to each side of the wall, 3 screws in each bar, and then I've just sort of built this thing up here, this little frame, that hopefully if it's all measured correctly will slide into those bars now. So I think with this I'm going to put it all on a time lapse just because I'm having to go back to the instructions every 2 minutes, so it's It's probably a bit of a boring watch. Out of everything, I think I was probably the most nervous about fitting the enclosure, just because I'd never done one before and the walls weren't perfectly level before tiling. But it actually went really smoothly. I think I did it all within a few hours, which I was actually really surprised about. And a good tip for anyone watching, if you go directly to a bathroom distributor, you can actually open a trade account most of the times if you're doing a full renovation, which is what I've done in the past. So that's just a little tip. And being as we had a very small budget for this project, every penny counts. Shower enclosure done, now onto the vanity unit. If you enjoy DIY content, make sure to hit the subscribe button and follow along for our other videos. Step 1, fix it to the wall. We were back and forward on what colour vanity unit to get, and we settled on this wood effect one, and you'll see how this sort of ties into the whole bathroom later on. Hopefully this leaves a nice mark on the tile as well. So now the mark should have transferred through the holes into the tiles, which I can see mine here. Drill these holes out. I've got some 6mm plugs here, so if you push those in, you don't want to leave it like that because there's a potential that when you screw the screw into it, that plug will expand and can potentially crack the tile. So what it's recommended to do is just knock that just so it sits below that tile, and then you've got no chance of that happening. And preferably use a hammer, but just tap it. I decided at this point to put the LED mirror up while I had the drill out, and hopefully this is the last bit of drilling that we'll have to do in this bathroom. Okay, so now everything should be level. You've fixed it back to the wall. Next we'll be moving onto the plumbing. So for that we need to go and get the new sink. As you can probably guess by now, we're going with a black theme in this bathroom. And you can see me here, just fitting the basin waste to the underside of the sink. Okay, now that that's in, I'm going to turn my attention to the tap. So this came pre-built like this, so obviously the flexes are already in. And if you didn't know, the price of black taps especially are ridiculous. So we went for an Amazon special, which I think was around £25, and so far it's held up really well and it looks really nice. So another good little tip there. Now this is the problem with first fixing things, you never know how high to leave these sort of things, so these seem quite flexible. I think I can probably get away with getting them on like that. Okay, so I've just clamped either side down just because I don't want it to move while the silicone's setting. Not too much to say about the flexes, obviously it has a little rubber seal inside and I'm fixing them onto isolation valves. Yeah, gonna whack those on and then I can move on to testing if everything works. All that's left to do is turn the water on. This is always the scary bit, so I'm going to check it now. Hopefully there's no leaks. We're so close to being finished now, just the last few final touches. If you remember earlier in the video, I mentioned about how this wood effect vanity unit would tie into the rest of the bathroom, and that's basically going to be done by this. Now, if you haven't noticed already, this is an old reclaimed scaffold board, which Kiera spent some time yesterday sanding down. And we think, so far, that's quite a close match. It hasn't yet had the oil, which will darken it slightly. So, how's that look on camera? Yeah, it's showing up obviously a bit lighter right now, but once that's been oiled, we reckon that'll be quite a close match. So this is going to be our windowsill for the bathroom. This is where it's going to live. I've cut it all to size and slots in nicely. So it's going to sit like that, and obviously, as I said, we need to oil it still. There's nothing stopping us from fitting it in today and then just oiling it afterwards. And with stuff like this, we've done them in the past. I've always found that PU foam adhesive usually works best. So that's what I'm going to use to stick it down. So literally all that's left to do now is go around all where the tile meets the floors and put this beige silicone on, which is a messy job, to be honest. So I'll do this and then I can finally show you the finished result. Okay, so that is the bathroom officially finished. Thank you. It's been a long project, but very happy with how everything's turned out. And it's funny how when you do stuff like this and you move on to the next project that you forget the amount of work that's actually gone into this small room. It's been really nice editing this video as a big reflection of what we've actually done in this room. Basically created out of thin air that was once just a bedroom cupboard. So really happy with everything. We hope that you enjoyed the video. If you did, please like and subscribe. Let us know what you think of the bathroom in the comments. And also keep your eye out on our channel for other projects that are coming very soon. Cheers. Just thought the angle that you probably haven't seen yet is this one.